Now, with all of the influence now from the Bahamas, I have been fighting for many years this direct import of Bahamian Junkanoo without a collaboration with the local festival, which is Masquerade. So I came up with the idea, after we tried to decide on what's a good name for the festival, I decided to combine the Masquerade with the Junkanoo, hence the word Maskanoo, to bring in these two separate things but very similar. And so the idea was to use Grace Bay area, a tourism area, to showcase this masquerade as a Maskanoo, where the Junkanoo and the Masquerade are married together.
Bowen stated that the main purpose of this Maskanoo is to show that culture does evolve and that Bahamian influence will have its impact. However, this impact, according to Bowen, should not be so strong as to wipe out TCI's traditional culture, which is not Junkanoo, but Masquerade.
So we're hoping that the Maskanoo will be this fusion, that they'll be able to bring elements of what is Junkanoo in what is Masquerade. Be mindful now that Masquerade and Junkanoo is the same thing, really. And the Bahamas, what happened over the years with tourism, they adjusted and adapted their Junkanoo to fit tourism. It's documented they send people out to Trinidad, to Mardi Gras in New Orleans, and they took pictures and they actually just stole information on costume designs and parade organizations from those countries and brought it back to the Bahamas.
According to Bowen, a TCI masquerade had costumes created by materials in people's everyday surroundings, and that the upcoming Maskanoo will keep this tradition.
I feel that Maskanoo, with its focus on recycling, on trying to bring the whole green thing, because Masquerade was to use anything that you have around you, whereas the Junkanoo Festival, 90% of the materials used are foreign or have to be bought abroad. So we want to incorporate the idea of keeping it traditional and using paper, using cloth, using whatever we have here as resources, recycle, and also have a better green environment.
Bowen also pointed out that the Maskanoo will help to educate the TCI youth about Masquerade, a traditional celebration that he feels elders in the community are failing to educate the youth about.
I think the problem is that traditionally people are not passing on the information. What is happening is that the younger folks are not seeing the older folks getting involved. In this country, too often, they expect the children to do everything, and the adults don't get involved. If you notice that any other culture around here that has a show, you would see all the adults being involved with it. Then you have our shows, and you find only kids involved. So our adults are not, which traditionally is where the young people look to learn from. And so I think it has not died out. It is that these pockets are not, well, they're not supported. Funding is difficult, and I think too often we rely too much on money instead of a group effort to put something off. Everybody wants to get paid for something.
The festival is scheduled to take place later this year.
This year, we're trying very hard to showcase the Maskanoo on Grace Bay for Boxing Day, and there will be elements of it in the New Year's parade, I'm hoping, once I speak to the other organizations who are doing this typical Bahamian Junkanoo. Okay.